What's up, y'all? You want to know the secrets? Here are the secrets. If you go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns, you can get early episodes, you can get bonus episodes, you can get super long episodes with special guests like Justin Robert Young and Hal Lublin, and many more to come. Patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Secrets. Went from there to like how to make a cooler with dry ice, to like cool dry ice effects, to cool lasers, to buying tickets to a laser light show at the Griffith Observatory.
To the Cartoon Network website, which is so weird. I don't know how we got there.
Dude, Over the Garden Wall is great though!
I forgot entirely about the haunted house I'd been running the entire time. Those poor children.
This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens, and a special hello to a guest with us here in the Anxiety Chamber today, Mr. Brock Wilbur. Our first Brock!
We have an actual Brock here.
We have an actual Brock. Brock is a comedian. He is the host of the Brock Party podcast. He has an album on iTunes called Nightmare Fuel. And you're not a Brock like we talk about on the show, though. You're not like a GoPro Extreme Sports dude, bro.
Do you want me to be?
Kind of, a little bit. I kind of do.
I mean, it would work out better for our narrative, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
I ran a frat. I can do some
There
things.
you go.
There
Good
you go.
enough. Good
You're
enough.
wearing pink sunglasses on your forehead right now.
So, guys, I want to talk about this story. This was sent in by Sorio21 on our subreddit. This is a bit of history that came to light in the late 70s about something that happened in the wake of World War II. Turns out the U.S. military was worried about biological warfare threats, and they thought, there's these agents that can be released into the atmosphere. We want to see how fast they'll spread. And, it seems to us
Like the Rocketeer?
What do you mean, like the Rocketeer?
Like an agent that can be released into the air?
No, come on. Not that kind. And that's your one. Really, seriously. You're going to stop me from talking to make that dad joke?
I think if you look in the bylaws, the only exception is mentioning the Rocketeer, which is always allowed.
So this is a biological agent that they thought might spread faster if it was spread through fog. And what city has better fog than our beloved San Francisco?
Not what swamp has better fog. Not what remote mountaintop has better fog.
Right.
Also, what fog-based, were they, there aren't that many fog-based enemy cities, where they, we have this London bomb just in case.
Just in case we need to take London down a notch. So it turns out that what they did is they sprayed bacteria clouds of, and there's names of them, Bacillus gobigli and Serratia marca, which I all
That's
said.
vampires. You're talking about when they released vampires.
Marcus Gobelin, the vampire.
This is the name of ex-Nazi vampire scientists that worked on the project.
It was a strange year in San Francisco. We loved it.
It was the summer of love.
And
Weirdest
death,
Wolfenstein of all.
We loved, we killed, we drank blood.
Wolfenstein, the mission.
Some beat poetry, which was really great. So they sprayed it into the air, these two agents, which at the time they thought were harmless. Turns out not
I can only see Rocketeers now.
Yeah. They sprayed them into
Just the sky is dark with rocket men! Like Timothy Dalton's dream in the movie! Nazi rocket men!
It's weird that they had to spray them into the air, though.
Well, it's like you try a lot of things. You try catapulting.
Yeah,
you try
doesn't work.
a runway.
Yeah. Runway, come on. That's not going to happen.
He just puts his arms out and he runs as fast as he can until the jetpack kicks in.
You know what would help this is a hose. So it turns out that what happened was their theory of the fact that fog would help it spread worked real well.
How well?
Super well. It turns out the entire 800,000 resident population of San Francisco at the time inhaled the bacteria over the next few weeks.
Is this a psychotropic agent? It kind
of explains San Francisco, doesn't it?
Right. Well, I mean, that's too easy, though. It's too easy.
Before World War II, San Francisco straight-laced, Ozzie and Harriet. After they sprayed the shit in the air, it's like, let's have a parade!
Once a year, we're going to go out to the desert, and we're just going to build art, man.
Then we're going to light it on fire. My favorite part of being in San Francisco is I wind up there like the week before Burning Man every year, and you see all these hardware stores and things. I'm like, who in San Francisco needs a hardware store? And there's always just big signs that burners come here, and you're like, oh yeah, you exist just for Burning Man.
Can you imagine? Like, I always picture the kindly old man who runs the hardware store, and just like the week before Burning Man, it's like, so I'm trying to build. It's not a giant octopus per se.
Right.
That's not what it is.
No, I understand.
But it has an octopus feel, and it's attached to a church organ with probably an Arduino.
I'm going to tell you this. Usually our policy is you have to be clothed for service here. We make an exception this week only.
Oh, thank you.
But I really would prefer pants.
But also lighten up.
Just any pants, please.
I just can't imagine being like the pimply faced kid who works at Home Depot the week before Burning Man. It's either the best or the worst week of your life. That's it. It's either like
Which
an
of these
almost
items can I put inside of me?
Right.
I'm building a wetware interface for the octopus organ. Last year you just played the organ, but that's bullshit.
This year the organ plays you.
This year it plays with your organs. To make that's 2 for me.
That's 2 for you,
Holy
man.
shit!
I think you're overcompensating. I don't know what it is. So it turns out 800,000 people, all the residents infected with
Did
the
they
bacteria.
mean like okay? Did they like go up into Muir Woods or something, or up on like Mount Davison, and they were like, we're just gonna spray a little of this and see how far it spreads?
No, it was called Operation Sea Spray. They sprayed it out over the water. Operation Sea Spray, guys.
It sounds like a Yankee Candle.
Yeah.
Things weren't as scary post World War II.
It smelled like fresh potpourri.
They're like, we just
for
dropped a
15
nuclear
seconds.
bomb on our biggest enemy. We can name things whatever we want to name things for a while.
Yeah, we're the baddest asses in the
Welcome
world.
to Operation Lavender Dawn.
It smells so nice, but also tastes a little bit like pennies. Is that normal?
I'm sensing a soupçon of pennies.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it is. But it killed at least one guy.
Whoa.
And it hospitalized at least 10 others, all of whom suffered from urinary tract infections. Which is how we're actually going to attack all of our enemies. Just get them UTIs.
But
Then we poison the cranberry juice.
because they're all going to go to the cranberry supply.
Fuck you, London. First we come for your urinary tract. Then we come for your cranberries.
In the secret labs of Ocean Spray, there's one man working on a cure.
That's why it's called the Operation Ocean Spray.
Whoa! They took the operation off the label after the 70s. Once they knew that the danger had passed, they were like, we can take the operation out. We find it scaring
Kids
children.
would love this. They want the taste of pennies on the go.
This is the best operation since Operation Sun-Kissed Doom.
So what? But like, so this gave people a UTI, which admittedly is, I mean, that's
Nefarious.
yeah. That's playing the long game, really.
Well, they didn't. I mean,
What is this gas supposed to do?
Well, it wasn't the gas that they were testing. It was the spreading of a bacteria in the air.
Sure, but
So
what is this
They tried to use one that would be benign, and it turned out it wasn't benign. It gave people UTIs, and it killed a dude.
Was he killed by a UTI?
That's a bad way to go.
Oh, that's the worst.
Bad way to go. You have an itching, burning sensation, and then you just scratch yourself to death.
It feels like a pressure washer when I pee, but not for long.
Well, that's because you're trying to spray a rocketeer out of your cock.
The cocketeer is a painful way to go. What was the apology letter the U.S. government sent?
There was
to this
none.
guy?
They
They
classified
don't
it.
apologize. They're the government.
But we
man.
now know that they killed a guy. Like they had to have said something to someone.
Yeah, but
at
this
some
was
point.
like in the 70s. That dude's been dead for such a long time. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, his family is pissed because it hurts every time they piss.
It's a genetic thing now. It's somehow passed through.
I swear to God, I didn't.
The government gave. Wow, it was, and I didn't even know. Shit. I'm excusing
it.
myself
You're
from the
burning
rest
it,
of the
man.
episode.
I swear to God, I didn't even read this paragraph until now because we've been joking about England. But it turns out that they actually did this to from a ship over the coast of Dorset in southern England. The United States government also sprayed the same shit.
We didn't have anybody that we weren't cool with that we could have tried this on?
Yeah. It's like they just went through the fucking Blitz. You
Yeah.
know? They have their people are pissed off and sad and just trying to keep a stiff upper lip. And
Honestly,
here we
they
go.
probably wouldn't notice a UTI at that point. During Reconstruction, it was like, oh, and it also hurts when I pee. But that's literally the only thing keeping my mind off every other fucking thing
Actually,
that's
yeah,
going
that's
on.
the silver lining right there. that's the good part
For
of
at
my
least
day.
45 seconds.
At least I feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we fucking sprayed England. We sprayed San Francisco. We just sprayed UTI infections willy-nilly.
Wherever there was a great theater scene.
Just anywhere.
Did you see that?
In New York, nobody noticed because everybody there has a UTI most of the time for reasons they can't
Did
understand.
you see that production of Macbeth? Yeah, man, the urgency of everyone on stage.
They're out! Out! Damn it!
Damn spot! And by spot, I mean my UTI. Oh, boy.
What is that running down Lady Macbeth's leg? Every time I hear about something like this, I'm always like, but that's what we used to do. We don't do that anymore, right? And then I'm kind of like, on the other half of me, I'm like tinfoil hat, like, oh, absolutely. They're doing it all the time, every day.
This is that reason I had to stop like paying attention to conspiracy stuff because I got way too into it for a while. And then I realized that it was just a thing that was always running in the back of my head that I could get angry about no matter where I was. It's like, oh, I just have this go-to trigger that I can take my anger to 11 because I know something's being done to me at all times. And at some point, you just have to say, you know what? That's fine.
Just relax and let it happen.
I can't do anything about it.
I'm probably, yeah, that's the thing. It's, if it is happening to me, I don't notice. And if I try to notice, all it's going to do is make me kind of angry. I don't know.
And I do look forward to like 20, 30 years from now when we find out what all this stuff was
yeah.
from now, where they're like, by the way, the government into a very specific type of porn slipped in subliminal messages, and that's why a certain subset of dudes had not great beards for a while.
You remember when beards were a thing?
Yeah, do you remember when and then we just have to get rid of all the pictures back when we had beards? Like, no, our families would know.
No, you know what happened is like all these guys that were under the control of the porn started growing beards, and then beards became popular. You'll notice I grew my beard like way late. I was like,
We called it Operation Mumford and Sons.
were you? So wait a minute, Dad, were you controlled by porn or were you a poser? Which one was it?
Well, son, let me show you a photo of all the Surge I have in my fridge in 2015. You have the same problem I did, which is you bought the big thing of Surge off Amazon.
Because they wouldn't let you buy 2 cans of Surge.
And then you have one and you're like, these will live with me for the rest of the time that I live.
Yeah, I definitely remembered Surge with a 17-year-old's metabolism, taste buds, and ability to process sugar.
And a little bit of the sort of like, this is almost illegal. Like, what a danger. I'm like, this is the closest I have to drinking.
I can't believe that they have a machine that gives this out in school. I'm going to drink 4 of them. Yeah, that's... So, I mean, at least the conspiracy of advertising is true. So that still works. Do you get really caught up in conspiracy stuff? Is it easy for you?
I don't like any answer that I have to this.
Because I'll tell you that my answer is yes to a point. I do. There's a certain background paranoia, and I think this is true of a lot of people who believe conspiracies, which is, you know, if you look at them, that it's kind of crazy and things don't really connect. But there's such a background level of paranoia and wanting to believe that there is a conspiracy on a certain level because it could explain so much that's going wrong with the world that you just allow yourself to get caught up in it. Like, it used to happen to me a lot more when I was younger and the internet was
When
a
you were
new
drinking
thing.
a lot of Surge.
I was drinking a lot of Surge and I had my first
ideas.
broadband connection. I was like, well, could it melt those beams? What's going on?
Surge can.
Surge can melt anything.
Says around the living. My big one was growing up in Kansas. We went to Denver a lot, and the Denver airport conspiracy stuff
I've read
was
that.
such a big
love
deal
it.
because like they built whole sections of that airport and basically like an underground city worth of stuff that just like doesn't go anywhere or didn't matter. And
They
it's
filled it all up with concrete or something,
no,
didn't
it's
they?
still,
No,
it's still all there. So when you're getting into like that, this could be bunkers for where the government goes when things happen, or not necessarily Illuminati level stuff, but it's like, yeah, there's a whole underground city there that somebody did build. And saying, well, our contractors just didn't talk to each other doesn't answer that level of...
Hey, man, I noticed that you guys in the blue hats, you're building an airport underneath the airport that have you...
Oh, hey, it's the yellow hat guys. They're back again.
No, I'm just saying,
You
like,
got some more questions, yellow hatters?
it just seems
Smell
like...
this rag.
What is the low frequency sound? That's my favorite part about the Denver airport is like, okay, I believe that there is an underground facility to whisk away the important people, but why would they be playing a low frequency sound that's made to make all the people that have to go through the airport feel sick? Like, that doesn't explain,
Because they can.
like, just to make it so you don't want to run to the airport when things go crazy.
Why did we make all of San Francisco's piss burn? Because we're America, goddammit. Like it always comes back to that for me, where I'm just like, yeah, because we can, America. Like there's a weird sense of patriotism that kicks in.
Look what we did.
To ourselves.
Hey, Blue Hat, why are you painting those murals of us killing people of different races?
Because Larry had an idea and he ran with it, and his artistic vision can't be contained.
The horse told me.
Yeah, the horse told
The
him.
horse told me. The horse statue out front. It
Guys,
said.
so can we just take it down a notch and not get into, look, I'm
We
taking
took
my
it
hat
down
off.
like 300 feet is what we took it down.
I know. Let's just take the hats off. The hats. I'm not a yellow hat. You're not a blue hat. Let's talk about why there need to be two airports. Couldn't one of us go home?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of guys here who need this for... this is a good paying job here, buddy.
Oh, he still thinks his home's going to be there.
Guys?
Classic yellow hat.
Smell this rag.
So it turns out that the
a good
military... The military carried out over 200 tests across the country from New York to Washington, D.C., spraying bacteria and other fluorescent and microscopic particles into the air, one of which, zinc cadmium sulfide, is now thought to cause cancer.
Whoops. What was it thought to cause back then?
Zinc.
we just thought people needed it.
Salt is salty. That's what we had back then.
Yeah.
Zinc is zinc.
I love the idea of a dude just wandering around with like one of those like exterminator backpacks full of stuff and just a hose, just spraying the countryside full of shit.
But he's just spraying straight up to like get it up.
It's a
Misting
government
back
job.
onto him.
You know what? It's a living.
Excuse me, you there, the Orkin man in the blue hat.
Oh, hey, man.
Wouldn't the termites be on the ground?
Well, yeah, if I was actually spraying for termites, yeah, they'd be on the ground.
What are you spraying for?
I'm teaching them to fly.
That seems like a bad idea.
Our thought is that if we get them going in the general up direction, they'll go to space.
All right. Yeah.
You don't want them
this all
down here,
sounds
right?
good
You
to
want
me.
them in space?
Yeah, no, I want them in space. You know, I'm much more willing and able to believe things ever since I got that UTI.
Yeah, have you seen our murals?
They make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I used to take time to really think about what people were saying, but now that I got this UTI, I just kind of go with the first answer.
I applaud you for not saying...
I saw him going for go with the flow, and then he pivoted, and I appreciate that.
That's because he respects the rules, your Anthony, whereas you do not.
You. I don't know. I would love to know how much everybody listening, concerned citizens, how concerned are you?
Do you think that this is happening now?
Is this shit still going on? Surely, at least now, we send a shadowy government contractor to do this to people that we'll never meet, right? Surely we've at least moved to that point.
I mean, and just a casual glance into the atmosphere of Los Angeles would lead one to believe that there's nothing in there that we didn't want to inhale, right?
You know, That makes a lot of sense, but a lot of things make a
does
lot of
zinc
sense
look
to
like?
me.
What does airborne zinc look like?
We would love to know what you guys think about this. You can let us know on Twitter. You can hashtag that Denver airport. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
I'm at Brock Wilbur.
And you can listen to the Brock Party podcast every week. You can go on iTunes and get that. You can also get Brock's album on there, which is called Nightmare Fuel. And if you want to hear more with Brock and you are a patron, we're going to do a special extra long episode with him. You can stick around, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome.
So that'll be up on patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.